I was born into a family of poison masters. To make myself sound legit. I lied and called myself a miracle doctor, specialist in all incurable conditions. A prince heard my name, paid a fortune to bring me in and treat his sickly son, and promised me the title of greatest female healer in Gyeongnon if I pulled it off. I'm a sucker for clout. So I said, yes. Problem is, I know poison. I don't know medicine. I spent the whole night cooking up a batch of potent toxins, hoping some chemical clash might kick his body back to life. The second it went down, the young lord spat up a mouthful of blood after taking my concoction. Blood started seeping from both the corners of his mouth and his nostrils. The prince heard the commotion and knocked on the door, asking for an update. I panicked. If the door finally went quiet, I exhaled, turned to apologize to the young lord, and realized his mouth wasn't just shut, his eyes were too, hands shaking. I checked for breathing. Still alive. Just knocked out cold. My family has worked with poison for generations. Great-grandfather, god of poison; grandfather, saint of poison; my dad, king of poison. The whole neighborhood avoided us like the plague. But me. I grew up craving approval and obsessed with reputation. All I ever wanted was to be admired. 3 months ago, I happened to save a man in my village who'd been hit with a lethal poison. When he came to, he bowed at my feet, wrote me a thank you letter, delivered it to the village chief, and truth is, I had zero medical training. Fever that won't break, I'd give them an ice core pill. Made them shiver head to toe. Malaria. I use specially bred toxic insects to draw out the parasites. Somehow. These sketchy methods actually built me a reputation. People started lining up. 3 days ago, the prince himself showed up at my door. I knew this was my moment, but when I actually saw she's in cheese condition, it was way worse than I expected. His body was already wrecked from birth. He'd been raised on poison since childhood and was now carrying every kind of toxin imaginable. Without the rare herbs the prince had been sourcing to keep him alive, a normal person would have been dead long ago. To wake him up, I mixed 3 rounds of extremely aggressive poison formulas and force-fed them to him. It paid off. Just before dawn, the man in the bed went pale. His lips started trembling. I leaned in and asked how he was feeling. Whether his organs felt like they were being carved up, whether the pain went all the way to the bone. He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. Then I remembered the silence toxin I'd given him earlier hadn't worn off yet. I quickly dug a small red pill out of my pouch and dropped it in his mouth. Once she got his voice